Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1982 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the New York Yankees and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for New York is Milt Wilcox, whose record is 5-4 with a 5.45 ERA. And pitching for the Tigers today is Bruce Robbins, whose record is 2-2 with a 5.40 ERA. Okay, so we had a nice victory over Milwaukee, which, at least put a good taste in our mouth before we head back to Detroit and face the third-place Yankees. The Yankees are one game behind us, so with a victory today, they could tie us, or we could at least put some space between us, which we need desperately as we're so struggling. In the month of May, we're 10-13, and I have really started a hard target search for a closer. We need a closer. I knew that at the beginning of the year. I thought maybe we could make it work, but we definitely need an authentic closer for our team. And also, I'm looking for a starting pitcher, and then maybe some bench depth. Perhaps a better middle infielder than Mark Wagner. So that's what's going on today as we get started. Let's go ahead and kick this game off here. As always, I appreciate everyone following along, like and or subscribe. We do have the robot race back today. Today's contestants are Douglad B and Diamond Princess. So they will be fighting for their victory to get into the second round. And let's take a look at Bruce Robbins. He had a pretty solid start his last time out. He did not get a victory. He took the loss, but he pitched well enough to earn another start. The Yankees in the lineup today are batting 173 against him, so that's a good mark. I like the way those numbers are sizing up for Bruce. The bullpen. We decided to bring back Dave Patterson, and we sent Gil Rondon down, who walked 5 in his only appearance in relief. He was terrible, and Dave Patterson has to be better than Gil Rondon. So we brought Patterson back. All the bullpen is available. We did have the day off yesterday, technically. Here is our lineup versus Milt Wilcox, former Detroit Tiger. So we are setting, we're sitting Andre Dawson today. We're going to bring in Kevin Bass in right field, and John Mayberry will be the DH against the Yankees today. Okay, let's pull up the stats for the season, and we'll take a look at this Yankees lineup that has changed a little bit since we last saw them. Let's go ahead and do the lineup rundown. Batting leadoff, playing second base is Willie Randolph. Batting second at shortstop is Ozzy Smith. Batting third in right field is Claudel Washington. Batting cleanup and playing third base is Brian Dayett. Batting fifth at first base is Rick Leach. Batting sixth and catching is Ron Hassey. Batting seventh and DHing today is Dennis Werth. Batting eighth in left field is Don Reynolds. And batting ninth in center field is Lee Mazzilli. And as I mentioned earlier, Bruce Robbins on the mound today, 2-2 with that 5.40 ERA, making his 11th start for the Tigers. 30 Ks in 48 innings pitched, but opponents are batting .301 against him. We're going to take a look at his splits. He does get lefties out, as he should as a left-hander, but righties are crushing him. He's given up all 6 of his home runs versus right-handers today. Also, we'll take a look at his log, and you'll see there he gave up only 1 run in that 6 2/3 inning, no decision versus the Red Sox. So he hasn't won in forever. So hopefully we can change that today. Taking a look at the Tigers' defensive alignment, we have all of our good defensive players in there, with the exception of Glenn Wilson, who's on the bench today. And Leading off for the Yankees, Willie Randolph. Batting .361 versus left-handers. And he hits a ground ball to Whitaker. Thought just for a moment that was going to be a base hit up the middle. That's one down. And here's Ozzy Smith. In his fifth game as a Yankee, he was traded over here for a couple pitchers just a few days ago, as you can see. And he's 3 for 12 in his short time with the Yankees. No stolen bases, but he's got a lot of speed. So if he gets on base, he's probably going against Parrish. Okay, here's the Wizard of Oz, and he pops it up. Looks like Parrish will make the play. There we go, 2 down. And then former National League MVP Claudel Washington skies it to center field, and Rickey Henderson makes the play. So a 1-2-3 inning for Robbins, and we go to the bottom of the first. Here is the Tigers lineup rundown. Leading off and in center field is Rickey Henderson. Batting second at first base is Greg Brock. Batting third at third base is Mickey Hatcher. Batting cleanup and DHing today is John Mayberry. Batting fifth and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting sixth in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting seventh in right field is Kevin Bass. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, is Alan Trammell. And finally, batting ninth at second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Former Tiger Milt Wilcox on the mound, struggling this year. He's 5-4 for the Yankees, so not a horrible record. But that .545 ERA tells another story. He's giving up a lot of runs, 41 earned runs in 67 innings pitched. Opponents are only batting .276 against him, so maybe he's giving up walks? What is it? 30 walks in 67 innings pitched. So his whip can't be too good. He's got an 87-mile-an-hour fastball. Not really a strikeout pitcher. His fastball is his best pitch. He's got a slurve and a knuckle curve. And I'm sure we'll see a healthy dose of both of those pitches today against the Tigers. There's the Tiger. The Tigers lineup defensively. The Yankees. I'm looking at Milt Wilcox over there and thinking that we're looking at the Tigers here. In left field, they have Don Reynolds, whose rating is under 80, so slightly below average. But the Wizard of Oz, almost a perfect 99 at short. Rickey Henderson leading off the ball game, and he shoots it into left center field. Will that fall in for a hit? No, it will carry just deep enough for Don Reynolds to make the play. One down. Here is Greg Brock. Brock strikes out looking. His average down to 226. We gave him a nickname, the Brock Nest Monster, then he's done nothing. Unlike Mickey Hatcher, best hitter on the team right now, flying out to center field. So a 1-2-3 inning for the Yankees. We go to the top of the second. We have 4, 5, and 6 due up. Brian Dayett, Rick Leach, and Ron Hassey. Here's Brian Dayett batting .139 in the cleanup spot, and this is an everyday player for them, as he pops out into foul ground on the third base side. So that's going to bring up Rick Leach. Now, they sent Don Mattingly down to Double-A, and he was hitting pretty well. You can't really argue with what Rick Leach is doing, though. 31 for 81 in 21 games, batting .383. So he's getting the job done, but I think we'd all agree we'd rather have Don Mattingly up there, as Rick Leach flies out to center field. And here's last year's American League MVP, Ron Hassey, leading the team with 10 home runs, striking out looking. So well done by Robbins. Maybe he's got his act together. We go to the bottom of the second. We have John Mayberry, Lance Parrish, Kirk, Gibson due up. Mayberry, as I've said before, was actually the Yankees' first baseman in 1982. Flying out to right field. There's one down. Next up, big wheel, Lance Parrish, base hit into left field, keeping his average above 300, which is pretty amazing when you take a look here at his ratings. He's rated a 77 overall. I mean, he's below average, and he's batting 306, so nicely done. Let's let Gibby swing away here, and that pays off with a 2-run shot to left field. He goes Oppo Taco. 2 RBIs, and Detroit is up 2-0 on Milt. That's Gibby's 5th home run as Kevin Bass steps in and grounds out to first. 2 down for Tram, and Trammell goes to right field with it. And do we want to go for 2? We do not. We're going to say no. Now, Hassey, his arm is an 80, so he's just at an average. Let's keep the pressure on. We're going to try to have Trammell steal second base. Inside and high, and he's thrown out by Hassey for out number 3. We had to give it a try. We'll take a look at Trammell here real quick. That is his 3rd caught stealing. So he's 5 out of 8. Not nearly as bad as Henderson. We go to the top of the 3rd. 2-0 Detroit. Dennis Werth leading off, batting .333 versus lefties. Grounding out to Bruce Robbins, 1 down. Don Reynolds up next. Slow grounder to first. That's the 2nd out. It's going to leave it up to Mazzilli to get something going. And he hits a hard ground ball to Trammell. And another 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Whitaker will lead off. He was at the plate when Trammell was thrown out. Bloops it into right field, but it will be caught by Washington. And we're back to Rickey Henderson. Henderson hits a rainbow to right. And the play also made by Washington. 2 down. Greg Brock. Not hitting well, but he's still getting on base. Yeah, we're going to hit and run with 2 down. See if Hatcher can put the ball in play. Oh, he nubs it. A little nubber. And that'll do it for the Tigers' half of the 3rd. We go to the top of the 4th. We have Willie Randolph leading off, followed by Ozzie and Claudell. Randolph, ground ball to short. There's 1 out. Next up is Ozzy Smith, only batting .204 versus lefties. He is a switch hitter, of course, as he grounds out to short. And now lefty on lefty with Claudel Washington up. And he taps it right back to Robbins. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a pretty good game going here for Robbins. We go to the Tigers' half of the 4th. John Mayberry leading off against Milt Wilcox. Mayberry grounding out to first. Next up is big wheel Lance Parrish grounding out to second. That's going to bring up Gibson. He had that 2-run shot in the 2nd. And he pops it straight up on the infield. Randolph camps under it right on the edge of the grass for the 3rd out. So we're going to the top of the 5th. Bruce Robbins at 40 pitches with Brian Dayett leading off. Oh, he drills him. Oh, come on, Robbins. There goes the perfect game. No hitter still intact with Leach at the plate. And then he walks Leach. All right, so Robbins a little shaky here starting off the 5th. We can turn 2 here, though. We got some slow base runners and the catcher at the plate. Hassey flips it to left into left center field. Play is made by Gibson, and Dayett will tag up and take 3rd. Okay, we're going to keep... We'll give up the run for an opportunity to turn 2. Again, speed being to our advantage here. And then a wild pitch. Come on. This is so stupid, I swear to God. And then there's the home run. Unbelievable. Absolutely ridiculous. That's the first hit given up by Robbins, and it's 3-2. One hit is all he's given up. Oh, well, I guess Don Reynolds gets a home run as well. So it's back-to-back jacks as Werth hits his 7th and Reynolds hits his 3rd, and the wheels will come off. 2 down now as Robbins strikes out. Mazzilli. And then Randolph strikes out. Too little too late. The Yankees take a 2-run lead, putting 4 runs on the board with 2 homers. It's 4-2. Kevin Bass will lead off the bottom of the 5th. Base hit into center field. Let's go for 2. He's out. Trammell up next, lining out to first. And then Lou gets a base hit into right field. And an error by Washington allows Whitaker to go to second. So Henderson will have a chance to get us one of those runs back. Nah, he hits a ground ball to Wilcox, and that'll do it. Well, the air has totally been deflated from this game. It's down by 2. We do have the robot race coming up next inning. And we'll mention what the prizes are again, since it's been a while since we've done one. Ozzy Smith batting 200 versus lefties, flips it into right field for a double. That is Ozzy's second double as a Yankee and 11th overall in the season. Next up is Claudel Washington, hitting a high fly ball in the right center field. Will Smith tag up? Yep, you know he will. I guess we'll pull the infield in, even though this is a righty. It's Brian Dayett, 1 for 7 against Robbins. He doesn't hit lefties until now, of course. 5-2. And then Dayett, the cleanup hitter, stealing up 3 runs in the 6th. That makes no sense. And then he walks Leach. And then he walks Hassey. So that's it for Robbins. Maybe that's it for him this season. I'm pretty much going to send him down. We've got to have somebody else in the minor leagues that's got to be as much of a garbage pitcher as he is. First and second, 2 outs. We're going to bring in Dave Patterson, just up from the minor leagues. Not that he did particularly well while he was down there. He jams Dennis Werth, and Werth pops it up onto the infield, and that'll do it. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Brock, Hatcher, Mayberry. Brock popping it up. Now the Tigers can't get one friggin' hit against Wilcox. Mickey Hatcher lining out in the left center field. And John Mayberry flipping it into left center field as well. That'll do it. We go to the top of the 7th. May as well keep Dave Patterson in there. We got nothing to lose now but the game. Patterson strikes out Reynolds. There's 1 down. Lee Mazzilli strikes out for the 2nd time in a row. And back to the top of the lineup with Willie Randolph. Randolph skies it into left field. And that'll do it. We're going to go to the 7th inning stretch here. And we're going to do the robot race. Let's take a look at the standings here for the robot race. You'll see that next up is Diamond Peak versus Douglad B. Jeremiah, Don, and John M. have already moved on to the 2nd round. And as a reminder, as we go to the robot race here, what we are playing for, first prize, as you can see here, is a Raleigh Fingers autographed portrait with a certificate of authenticity numbered to 10,000. So the Hall of Famer Raleigh Fingers autograph is the grand prize. Second prize is this 1973 Topps Raleigh Fingers baseball card. This was pulled from a rack pack last Christmas, so it was brand spanking new, right out of an actual pack of cards. And I put it right into these little plastics. So I won't go so far as to say it's in mint shape, but it's in pretty close to mint shape for a 1973 card. And third prize is a bag of Raleigh Fingers mustache shavings. Okay, I can't guarantee the authenticity on that though. All right, so here it is. We have 45 seconds on the clock, as always. We have Douglad B in the red robot up top, and Diamond Princess looking like a jukebox on some tank wheels at the bottom. We're going to count down from 3, and then we'll get this race started. The winner moves on. The loser becomes scraps. 3, 2, 1. All the eyes are open. We got 3 eyes down below. We got 2 eyes up top. We have Douglad B just ahead by a wheel. It's kind of neck and neck. Neither one of them seem to want to take over here, as the Diamond Princess had a brief moment in first place, and now Douglad B is humming along. Oh, nope, he's falling back. This is going to be a tough one. Usually the winner comes from behind, but they're both really far behind. Douglad B is even further back, though. Will he make a run at it? 6 seconds to go. There he is. How about Diamond Princess? Oh, it's going to be too little, too late for Diamond Princess as Douglad moves on. Congratulations to Douglad B. Sorry, Diamond Princess. Maybe another time. Let's go ahead and add Douglad B to the next round here. There we go. This is thinking about it any second now. There it is. Okay, congratulations. We're going to get back to this wretched baseball game. Tigers are down by 3. It's 5-2 Yankees. We have Parrish, Gibby, and Bass due up. I guess we haven't looked at the in-game stats yet. There we go. Player of the game, probably Gibson, with a 2-run home run. Top of the lineup has done jack shit so far today. Hey, there we go, Lance Parrish. Oh, it's going to fall short. I thought just for a second he got all of it, but he did not. It falls short for the first out, so 1 down. Here's the aforementioned Gibby grounding it back to Wilcox. And then Kevin Bass, he's 1 for 2 today with a ground out to first. Unbelievable. We go to the top of the 8th. Got a bunch of lefties coming up. Good job by Patterson getting his ERA under 6. We're going to bring in, I guess we're going to bring in Capizzello. We're down 3. He's kind of our long reliever. Who's a lefty. Having a great season so far. 24.2 innings pitched. His ERA's at 109. Only given up 3 earned runs. Opponents are batting 209 against him. Yeah, he did have a rough outing last time. He gave up 2 hits and a walk without getting an out. So maybe his worst appearance of the season. And so I have a feeling he'll probably do all right today. There he is. There he's going to face Ozzy Smith. Again, batting 214 versus lefties. Although he did have a double versus Robbins as he lines out to left. There's 1 down. Here's Claudel Washington. Sharply hit line drive to center. And then Dayett, 1 for 2 with an RBI today. And he gets an infield single towards Hatcher at third. So the worst hitter in the American League has 2 hits today. Next up is Leach. And Leach, batting 208 versus lefties, pops out into center field. Good job by Capizzello. We go to the bottom of the 8th. We have Trammell leading off. Trammell 1 for 2 today. Ground ball to Randolph at second. 1 down. Sweet Lou. Ground ball to first. Bill Wilcox now hits the century mark in pitches. And then Rickey Henderson, put him back in the leadoff role, and he does nothing for us. 0 for 4 on the day, and we're going to the ninth. We have Hassey leading off. He's a lefty. We got a couple righties, so we're going to let Cappy pitch to Hassey. And he scorches a line drive right at Brock. There's one down. Out comes Capizzello. Nicely done on his part. And we're going to bring in Tom Hume. Pretty solid pitcher for us. Probably wouldn't be on our team if I didn't need him so desperately. But he's pitching pretty well. 23rd game, 2.83 ERA. Opponents are batting 2.43 against him, so we trust him to get these final 2 outs, starting with Dennis Werth, who jacked it earlier. Here he pops it up onto the outfield grass as Whitaker makes the play. And then Don Reynolds up next, strikes out. So we are down to our final 3 outs. We've got 2 lefties coming up and Hatcher, and no one has got a hit in our top 4 batters. There we go. Greg Brock breaks the streak, and we're not going to go for a double. All of this that went wrong started right after Bass got thrown out at second base. That was the momentum shift that I think is built into this game. Mickey Hatcher up next. We're going to hit and run. Ground ball, this short. And there is the first out with Brock at second. We're going to take out Mayberry. We're going to bring in Reggie versus his old team. And with 1 down, runner in scoring position, Reggie batting almost 300 versus righties. Strikes out looking. Oh, come on. Well, that's it. We're down to Parrish. And he wraps it into left for a base hit. Brock scores. And it's 5-3. So we are a home run away from tying it, actually. The tying run is at the plate. They're going to bring in Kurt Kaufman, struggling reliever for the Yankees. Who's their closer? He's got 10 saves with that 5.31 ERA. One swing of the bat here, though, from Gibby. Can tie it up. Nope. Not that swing, anyway. That'll do it. Tigers are going to lose another one, 5-3. So disappointing. Took an early lead, and we could not do anything with it. So the 5-3 loss, and we are now tied with the Yankees for second place. The good news is Baltimore lost as well. So we're hanging on. Really, there's still 6 teams in the American League East still in it. Even Boston is hanging around. Toronto's 10.5 back. So let's take a look at the transactions. Oh, wow. A bunch of injuries since we last saw. Guillermo Hernandez out 4 days for the Cubbies. No big deal there. Oh, wow. Another Kansas City starter goes down. They are falling rapidly as Rich Gale's going to be out for 2 weeks. He was the number 5 starter, but he moved into the number 4 spot when Busby got injured. And then Toronto's Ken Schramm, who's in the minor leagues anyways, out, so no big deal. So taking a look here again, let's take a look at Kansas City real quick. They were crushing it, and they are as bad as we are right now. The only team worse than the Tigers and Kansas City is the Texas Rangers, who are 1-9. Okay, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like and or subscribe. Player of the game, Kirk Gibson, with his home run. Congratulations to Douglad B. And Wilcox gets the win against his old team. Goes 6-4. Could have had a complete game there. As Robbins takes the loss, I don't think you're going to see him for a while. He falls to 2-3. Bullpen did their job. Trammell got thrown out trying to steal. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. And we'll be back tomorrow with Game 2 of this 3-game series. Until then, everyone, have a great night.